Hi, this is Rochelle with Scrapcraftastic, and I have a small Dollar Tree haul to share today. It's been a minute since I've done one of these, I think. So let's just go ahead and dive in. All right, so first up, this is something that I purchased several times. I think this is probably like my fifth one. All the others are being actually being used. And I got this one because I'm going to be traveling soon. What it is a cosmetic bag, but I have used it for craft supplies on one end. I have some made one like a sewing kit, and well, I have two that are sewing kits basically. One is for embroidery stuff, the crochet stuff. The other is actually for my threads and needles and things like that. So yeah, I can't remember what the others are, but this one I purchased specifically to go in my travel bag. I have some traveling coming up soon, and I thought it would be cool to have something to keep all my goodies in. This one is a little different from some that I've picked up previously. It has these little slots here, so you could actually use these for pens or markers or whatever. They're probably for makeup brushes or intended for makeup brushes, but you could use them for pens and markers or whatever. Um, let's see, maybe your scissors, put a bone folder in there, so different things like that. It opens up pretty decent size. This one is a little stiffer than some that I've had in the past. It's made of a different material, I think also. What I was thinking I could do is possibly use my Cricut or Silhouette, probably Silhouette, to add some vinyl to this. But I'm not sure that it would work because this has like a textured feel to it. So I don't know if the vinyl would stick to that properly. If you know, let me know in the comments before I even dive into doing that. But I kind of wanted to dress it up a little bit. Now I know Dollar Tree at one time had these like patches that I looked for some while I was in there today. They did not have any in that particular store. So was thinking that maybe I could decorate it with the patches. I think I have a few here in my stash. I'm gonna look and maybe I'll experiment with that. But this is pretty decent size, and I'm pretty sure this is still $1.20. It might be more than $1.25. I don't know. I'd have to check the receipt. But as far as the dimensions, it is approximately 8 inches wide, about 6 inches in depth, well, 6 inches in height, and then the depth is about 6 inches. Well, no, the depth is about 5 inches. So 8 by 6 by 5, and it has a zipper. Now, the zippers are not the best quality. I would be careful with them, but for what, for being from the Dollar Tree, I would say that's not a bad investment. And this is not something that I would use every day. Again, I want to keep it in my travel bag. Okay. Next up, let's get into some stationery artsy stuff. Couldn't resist these. It's been a minute since I've just picked up things of interest in Dollar Tree. Lately, I've been going specifically for yarn, and seeing what they have in the craft aisle. And for whatever reason, I hadn't seen these before. These are the A2 cards and envelopes. So it's 10 sets, which is 20 pieces. And I got it in this creamy white color and then the craft color. Now, I have plenty of envelopes and cards, but I can also use them with junk journaling if I ever get back into it. So I'll just add these to my stash and use them when I get to it. Something more on the side of planning, or maybe it could be used in journals and stuff, are the wall decals or peel and stick decals. It doesn't say wall. 10 peel and stick decals removable. That's an issue, but you could always put a little glue on them and make sure that they're permanent. This is the front, this is the back. The tropical leaves. I was thinking that maybe you could just laminate them, but they are not see-through. They are white on the back, so the back of your laminate wouldn't work. But you could use them to make dashboards in your planner. You could use them to make your own cover for your planner, to decorate a cover. If you're using composition notebooks, this is a good way to kind of sticker bomb the cover. They have different designs. I'll put a little clip here of what else I saw there. I don't really like recording in the Dollar Tree here because I'm not sure that I'm supposed to be, and I just don't want anybody yelling at me. So I went today. There was really nobody in there much. So, but this is the other side. So you get all of this for $1.25. So that's the tropical leaves. And this, they only had one of these. I would have liked to get more. For some reason, I'm more into blue lately, and I think this would have gone well with my spread. Maybe not. Well, I don't know. It kind of goes because I use that denim look, and they seem like they have kind of a denim look to them. I picked them up, and they also have like a matte gold finish. This is the other side, so you get these little flowers too that you could use. And again, these would make great for sticker bombing a page because it gives you a nice base color as well as making dashboards or decorative elements for your planner. So I got those. Then on to the more traditional stationery tip. I picked up this set of file folders. That's real foil on there. So it's like a marbled blue with foil. I don't think this side is real foil. This is like a faux foil look, but this side has real foil. It's three in here. Let's open it up. These are standard letter size file folders. I was hoping there might be something on the inside, but I could always use something like this to decorate inside if you needed to. I thought of possibly using these to make dividers or dashboards or something. I'm kind of leaning towards jumping in a classic. I've been using a composition notebook as my version of a classic. And if I can figure out a way to use this with the composition notebook, I probably will. But it has three folders. So you got a left tab, right tab, and then a center tab. And they're all pretty much the same design with the foils. Okay. So that's nice. Those are pretty nice. And again, you can cut these up, use them however you want. They don't have to be used as file folders. Also, a restock on a dot glue runner. These are not the best, but for small little things, touch ups in your planner, things like that, this works great. There's not a whole lot on here, but again, for small little detailed things, those work great. What started me looking at the stationery altogether was I saw these transparent sticky notes. And I know that's a thing with some people in the planner community, so I just wanted to check these out. This is a 3x3 sticky note. It says for labeling, indexing, or everyday reminder. And I really wanted to test these out. This is Jot brand from Dollar Tree. So, okay. Okay. So it's got this in here. These aren't thick, and I don't think I like the thick ones. And it's only yellowy pink. No, that's the color of the sticky note. It's like a tint. So I guess them all stacked together gives that yellow look, but in reality, it's not really yellow. Let's just do a quick pen test. This is a Papermate Flare. Doesn't seem like it likes it too much. That's always my concern with these sticky notes that are transparent is how well they'll take ink and how well the ink settles in. It doesn't take ink very well to me. I wonder if a Sharpie pen would work well. If this will write on it. This is a tool pen. No, it doesn't like the tool pen. And I think this is like a regular ballpoint pen. Oh no, it doesn't even show up. And none of them dry. So these are pretty useless. Let's try one of these. Um, Paper Made Ink Joy. Guess it works once you get it going. Does that one smear? I think the ink joy is pretty good. That's interesting. Yeah, it smears too. I mean, you probably have to give it time to dry. Let's see what else we got here. We got a Muji. So the Sharpie marker works fine. Of course it does. Of course it does. Okay. So I know I have a Sharpie pen. I just don't know what I did with it. But I'm going to assume that if the Sharpie marker works great, then the Sharpie pen works great. The other pens, not so much. Maybe the Paper Mate Ink Joy, but that's a little iffy. If you would like to do a little more in-depth pen test with this, not something just so off the cuff, let me know in the comments and we can revisit these sticky notes. I kind of like them, even though most of those pens don't work. If a Sharpie pen works, I'm okay with that. I just need to find a Sharpie pens. And I'm pretty sure I bought two. And I got those from Dollar Tree too. Anywho, so there's that. I don't know that the transparent sticky notes that you can get from the shops in the planner community actually work either. I have some, but I don't think I've ever actually tried to use them for writing. I think I used them for decorating because they were more decorative. These are just plain and simple. But let me know if you had any experience with other transparent sticky notes, how they perform, what pens work best, and we can sit down and do a real in-depth review. All right, more stationery. This is like something I thought that I picked up on a whim. Let me give you the measurements. I think I was guessing that it was about 5 by 7, 5 by 7.5. So about B6-ish size. It's a notepad. Yeah, 5 by 7.5, 60 sheets from Dollar Tree, of course. And it's a daily planner. So you can, I was thinking of making a planner with it. You could make a planner with it, or you can use it as is and pull the sheets off. Shall we open it? Let's do that. Because, I mean, I'm not sure that there's enough margin on this. Did I mess up the board? No. But I'm thinking, I mean, the paper's not horrible. It could be worse. I'm thinking you could possibly punch this, put it on disc, or do a 6-hole punch and put it in a B6 rings, maybe. You put it on disc, you're not, pretty much not limited to a specific size. I'm not going to adjust. You're just going to line it up. Oh yeah, that would work. So you could easily punch these and put them on disc, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 discs, and have a nice planner, a nice daily planner. Put a nice cover on it and be all set. So I picked that notepad up, and then in addition, I picked this one up, plans for the week. Could definitely punch that. Don't think we need to remind ourselves that this is plans for the week when you can actually look at it and see that it's plans for the week. Same thing with it saying daily planner, but I get why they do that. This paper seems a little different. I guess they're the same. But I like the colorway. It's nice and calm, cool colors. Let's punch this one. Try and line it up a little better than the other one. Now this one is gonna punch through the word, but I think that's fine. See how it looks. This Monday start and split weekend, meaning Saturday and Sunday are together weekend plans, but it's still cool. Then you could always use the back to decorate or write other additional notes, list, whatever. You could actually use these together by buying a weekly, then putting enough daily pages in between the weeks. You would probably need 2 or 3 of these if you need it every day. But that could work. They're the same exact size. Could totally make a planner just from these note papers. Especially, I mean, if you don't keep your planner, archive it, and you just throw it away, those could work. Then this is moving on to my fibercrafty mind, things that I'm doing with fibercraft. I finished a blanket for my son's friend. Wow. And I mailed it to her, and I kind of had to make do with something to wrap it in before I put it in the mailer. And then I also just sent uh, a baby blanket, booties, a diaper cover, and hat to my oldest daughter. And I ended up using just some clear plastic on a roll to wrap it up and some washi tape to hold it in place. So this is what I was originally looking for when I was trying to package those two items, but I couldn't find it in Dollar Tree. So I saw them today and I grabbed one. I just want to kind of experiment with this to see how it works because I am going to be putting some of the things that I've crocheted up somewhere. When I do, I'll share that information. But I want to be sure that I can package everything nicely. So I'm kind of experimenting on what I can use. So I picked these two basket bags up. They're 20 by 30 inches. I think I would only need this for like bigger pieces, maybe blankets or Afghans and sweaters or anything like something like that. Um, Bags. I've made a few bags. So we'll see how this works. Just gonna test that out. Then back on the fiber arts tip, I did already pick up the circular knitting needles from Dollar Tree. They are plastic. I'm sure they're not the best quality, but I saw these aluminum knitting needles. I only saw one size. These are 6 millimeter. This is kind of more of what I'm used to. Not that I can knit very well. I know the basics, and I don't know, I think knitting is less forgiving than crochet, but I also know that knitting uses less yarn than crochet. So I want to knit. I want to make something. I just haven't decided yet what it'll be. I'm not sure that these are the best quality. I'm looking at some roughness here on the tips. So I don't know, but I will try them out. And I figure just for learning or furthering my learning, these would be good. 6 millimeter is a pretty good size, I think, uh, for me beginning again. So I'll try those out. Then when I go to Dollar Tree now, I always make the beeline for the yarn because they have some pretty decent yarn. Premier Yarn, that's this brand, is a pretty big yarn provider. I don't know what you call that, but Premier is a big name in the fiber community. And I'm an acrylic girly. I have been playing around with cotton lately, and I'm just not impressed. I've made a t-shirt. I'm not gonna get into all the crochet stuff. If you want to know more about that, let me know in the comments. I do have a crochet channel. I've pretty much abandoned it lately, but if you want to talk crochet, if you want to talk fiber, you can hit me up in the Discord. I am going to open up my Discord to everyone. Originally, it was for Facebook users. I'm going to open that up to everyone. The link will be in the description box below if you want to join. It is a limited time link. So if you want to join, join over there, and then we can talk all things crochet and knitting if you're a knitter. Anywho, pick this up because I had a request for a blue hat. I already have navy yarn, and I didn't have this color. And when I see these little small skeins of yarn from by Premier, I try to get several of them. It's only 109 yards, 50 grams. It's 100% acrylic and it's a medium weight for yarn. And again, Premier yarn is a very good yarn. So I picked up several of these. I picked up several. And then I also picked up this color, which is saying it's turquoise. And I have been searching for a turquoise yarn for a project that I'm working on. And I'm pretty sure they didn't have enough in the store for me to use on the project. I picked up several of these, but yeah, $1.25. And this might have actually rung up at $1 because some Dollar Trees still have the old schemes that don't have the price on them. So I don't know, but it's not the best value, but for small projects and you don't want to have if you don't want to have a lot of yarn left over, I think this is great. Again, 109 yards for $1.25. Not the best price. And that is it for this small haul. So we got a little, some of everything that I like. We got the junk journal supplies. We got the fiber art supplies. We got the stationery and planner supplies. So all the things that I like doing, I got a little something, something from Dollar Tree and also personal use, the travel bag. All right. Let me know what you think. Have you found anything interesting or good at Dollar Tree lately? Drop it in the comments and let me know so I'll know what to look for next. If you made it all the way here, be sure to put a dollar sign emoji in the comments. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up and you may be interested in this other video. Thanks for watching and I'll talk to you later. Bye.